Hello, it's Carrie Cordy. It's Monday. Yay! It was an okay weekend. I got a little bit of a cold, so that makes my voice extra fun. Yeah! God, don't do that the whole time. Ooh. Well, it's another day waiting for me. I should be getting my deposit back from my place today, but now it looks like that won't happen till this afternoon. So, I just have to wait for that. I have a few other things that need to be done. There's a few forms I need to fill out. And, I have enough to occupy most of my day. Because I'm not just going to sit and rely just on one job. Because I'd like to get something like a part-time, maybe graveyard job. Just to kind of help get some money in. Because I want to get my bank account to where I can have a savings account and really not touch it. And my goal really is to build a tiny house on a trailer. And, I'm not going to do just the normal thing. And I'm just going to sit down and design something for. I found a few things that I want, so I know now what the size that I want. So, and I met somebody the other day that there's some things that I was going to sell my Jeep, but if I can swing it and get another just a little driver car or maybe a motorcycle, I can park this Jeep and tear it apart and do those things that have bothered the shit out of me. That, you can drive it, it's passable, but ultimately, fuck that. Not worth it. So if I can get a truck and a trailer and, well, I mean, keep the Jeep, get the trailer, build the house on it, park it somewhere, and live off of that and own it. So, it's always been a dream of mine to have something like that. I haven't always wanted it on a trailer. I've always wanted to build my own house, and with my life, I've learned that I don't want anything really big. I don't. And, all that stuff. Fuck. When it really comes down to it, you find that there's some shit that you really don't need. You know, things are fine for memories, but there's only so much you need to really truly keep. I think I may show a video. I'm not sure if it's going to be older or newer. I've noticed that I really don't kind of say the dates that these videos are from very often. But maybe I'll start doing that, maybe I won't. I kind of want to go through my sayings book and find something. Um, I kind of like that one time I typed it up with a few shots that I did. And that was really nice. I just wish I could get rid of that little grainy crap. I need to get some money scraped together and get a decent editor. Because there's a lot more I could be doing. It really bothers me that it's just, I could do better. But that's just the way I am with life. However good or bad I am at something, I can always see that I could be better. And without seeing the need for improvement, there would never be improvement. And that's one of the reasons, that I stay away from statements as, like, if you're in a group, we are right, we are the best. Thinking like that really truly doesn't produce any. It doesn't produce any positive results for towards the betterment of humankind, really. And yeah, that was a fun struggle getting that out. Um, so I'm just gonna cut to a video here, and then we'll do a comment on it. Whee! So I made that video just a few minutes ago, and watching it's like the 5 o'clock shadow right here. It's like, oh my god, no. It's like no wonder the people at Walmart looked at me more than normal. I haven't been going out with foundation as much. One of the reasons is it's kind of expensive right now. You know, I have a lot of the powders, but when I do it, I prefer to have the liquid foundation. But the reason I'm talking about this right now is yesterday I was hanging out with a friend and we were talking. I was like, oh my god, I haven't worn a bra all day. And I was laughing, and she's like, you know what that means, don't you? What? It means that you're more comfortable being yourself. I'm using foundation less, I'm using less makeup, and even though in the eyes of others I'm less passable when I do this, I am feeling more, and my friends are noticing because fucking cuz. You know, and I've just started. I'm like a week away from 5 months. I've just started. Oh, that's what I look forward to. Oh my god. The horizon is hopeful. And that's what I need in the really hard times, and there's a lot of hard times. Oh god, are there hard times. Ultimately, I know that who I'm becoming is worth the journey. God damn it. It's worth the motherfucking journey. You know, I believe there's something after we die. It's not here that I'll get into whatever. Because the longer I do this, I'm sure the more I'll share. Duh. What else would I do? Repeat myself? Although I have been watching this, and I've noticed that I say, a lot. One of those phrases that you're aware of, but then you say it because you're aware of it. Ooh, I could have said it right there and I didn't. Do you understand? Oh, good lord. Okay, so in one of the other videos, I promised that I would start telling some of my jokes and whatever. So, here's one I wrote. Originally, it's a different name, but, you can really put anybody's name in this. So, what is the difference between Donald Trump and the Earth? The Earth knows it revolves around something else. And what does the pileated woodpecker have in common with Rush Limbaugh? They're both the world's largest pecker. Okay, and what does a bottle of tequila have in common with a female bodybuilder? They're both hard liquors. Yay! But I have a whole other thing where I do my whole stand-up routine, and the way that I lead into it, so far it's gotten laughs from the people that I've done it for, and I haven't timed myself, but the jokes like that, they're just, throwaway jokes, and you can tell that they all have that comparison common. I know that sounded weird. I'm just stretching the time. I'm really trying to find something to talk about and wandering from subject to subject. But really, I can't be alone in having conversations. you know, like in your mind, you have these pretend conversations about various interactions of life and philosophies and whatever. And you're just working through your shit through your mind. And I like to think of this as me just vocalizing that. And God, from what I've seen on the internet, isn't that what everybody's trying to do? So I'm going to keep trying, and this is going to be a good way to look back and see what I was thinking. I could never write in a diary, God. You know, the way that I write is much different from the way that I speak, and a lot of the times they're close and line up. Duh, of course, it's me. But, yeah, I'll start talking about the books that I'm writing again. I referred to them in one video from a little over a year ago. I'll get back into writing those too. God, there's just so much. You know, I have a lot of hobbies, but my problem is I could never stick to any one of them for very long. I'd quickly get bored and move on. And so I've got a lot of things that I'm good at, but frankly, if I really take a cold look at it, if I just stuck with one thing, I would be really phenomenal in that area, but it's just not my personality to keep doing that. I keep searching. That's, you know, I've known this, but I just am searching. Because there's a lot to search through. Both in what we see, what we feel, and what we think. And God, I hope I didn't just say that because there's other people inside. Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. You know, I like how my mind can just go to these weird fucking places when I'm just kind of feeling a little melancholy. I'm just going to end here for whatever it's worth and whatever I do and whatever you do. God, try not to think about the moment never ending. It's just leading to something. Okay, so that last video was done yesterday, September 25th. And I figured I'd end things a little differently with my friends. Do you guys want to give your names in all of this?
Ash. Ian.
And then, because I am a male to female.
Female to male. I don't have a gender.
Well, depending on the day, you go back and
yeah,
forth.
it's gender fluid.
Yeah, it's kind of funny defining all of this.
Oh,
because,
it's really hard.
Well, like I was saying to Ian just a little bit ago, that the language is really binary. It's only meant for one or the other, and there's very little meant for the between.
Oh, definitely. And the thing is, I mean, you know, I've talked to you before, is that humanity is way too complicated. Human existence is far too complicated to try to push into, you know, you're either slot A or slot B. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, exactly.
The human experience is far more complex, and trying to say that with anything just doesn't make sense. That you have to, like, oh, you can only be attracted to one gender, or you can only be attracted to this, or you can only be this or that. It's stupid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was it you the other day that we were talking about, and I thought it was really funny because when I hear people talking about, you were staring at my tits. Yay!
They were there.
They are real.
Ooh, no, that was fine on the sensitive one. No, but, you know, I hear people talking about, well, the reason that the man wanders is because we are genetically predisposed to to spread our seed around to make sure the species evolves and get us just that whole thing we see in nature with like the elephant seal.
Well, I mean, a perfect example of that is a male lion. Male lions can have sex up to 100 times a day, but they only last about 20 seconds. But with them, it's all about trying to disperse their genetic material as much as possible.
Or
humans-
junior high school.
That's true too. Yeah, any high schooler.
Oh, but
High schoolers are like male cats. It's just everywhere.
because I oh my god. And then at the right time, just yell and it won't shut up no matter what you fucking throw at it. God, how many people you know like that?
I'm just thinking, it's like, the joke with Spider-Man in that one scene where he's hiding in the bedroom and his aunt comes in, he's like, "Are you okay, Peter?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he's got his shirt off and there's just sticky white shit all over the room. It's like, that's just a joke.
Oh, it was? Oh, no. But what I was going to say with the whole genetic,
Yes.
I,
Back on track.
I want to dispute all that because it hit me that that's all bullshit. Because what it really is I believe, because you were saying that A and B point,
Mm-hmm.
is I think the vast majority of humanity is bisexual, leaning one way or the other.
Yeah.
Because I lean more towards women, heavily so. But I think it's only there to make sure the species goes ahead, because I think the reason you find that one or two passage in the Bible, like without going to the one everybody goes to with Genesis, the one that Paul talks about, is, the only part of the LGBT community you would ever see are the ones that are out in the street. You don't see the ones that are going to their job, paying their bills, and living their life. Which is, I think, the ultimate goal for anybody, whether or not you're transgender or just one of the normies. But, and I think that's the shit that was ranted against, because I don't think the Bible's a little fucking word of God. I think that's just stupid and invites a closed mind.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, the Bible was written by people in the desert at the end of the day. It's like, to say that it is a literal word of any deity is a little bit arrogant.
Oh yeah, and I think that
I just watched.
Ian's quiet.
I think when I read the Bible and you study the context and the culture of it, and you combine all it's just these rituals are set across because for that time and those people, it brought about a larger result of getting outside of your mindset and looking towards something larger than yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what Jesus said with the Lord's Prayer, is because he began that. Our Father in the familiar, as in is the family, and he started it in Aramaic, which shattered the whole sacred language of Hebrew. He was one of the first people that did that. So many cultures have their sacred language. So ultimately, right there at that statement, he's saying it doesn't matter fucking what you say and how you say it, it's your fucking heart. The rest of the Lord's Prayer really says that. So memorizing it, I think, is supremely funny if people missing the point.
Yeah.
I'm dominating here. You say something.
I say something. What do I say something? Well, I mean, oh god, where do I go? We're talking Bible stuff now. I mean, my thing is just ancient civilization and stuff, and people pretend that all of this is new. A lot of people, especially like your hardcore, like, not to demonize, but your Republicans, that are going, oh well, this is just a recent phenomenon. No, it's not. There's actually a gay partnership, a couple in the Bible. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. It was John and something. Not the baptizing John, the other one. There's like 5 of them in there. What? But I mean, it's been going on for ages and ages.
Well, and there was the one that David said about his, the son of fucking not, oh god, whoever was initially put as king. You know, I don't memorize every single name, and I don't need to memorize every goddamn passage, but all you Bible nuts know what I'm fucking talking about. That one weird, creepy passage that is like he loved him more as a brother, and it's like, yeah, they were in bed. So,
I'm
you know,
looking
there's
it
all
up so I
sorts
don't
of...
get yelled at later.
Who fucking cares? It's like, I know the gist of what it is, and if you understand what I'm talking about, if you're getting lost in details, then you go stuff it up your ass.
No, now I want to remember what their names were.
You said John and something, but
Abel.
No, it wasn't Abel.
no, Cain and Abel were Adam's offspring, and Cain killed Abel. Abel was the good one, and Cain was jealous because his sacrifices weren't looked upon as good as
They're probably
Abel's.
copying me.
I mean, look at the situation of the couple. Well, no, what I really think that Genesis is I think it's truly the footnotes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I bet there were larger books about what happened, but it's, you know, ultimately people can only get what they can understand. And so, you know, of course there's going to be truths that are ever revealed. Look at science. How many people have fought against the progression of it. I mean, the history of the Catholic Church alone shows that there's a progression in conservatism. Just right back to the Republican thing you said doesn't work. Because Leave It to Beaver 1950s didn't happen. Look at Edward fucking Gaines.
Oh, well, I mean, shit. Catholic Church opposed the fork.
Really?
Yes, because they said it looked too much in appearance like the pitchfork and would lead to hedonism. I wish I was making this up.
Oh, God. So, oh Jesus, that reminds me. There was a book out there. I believe it was 1493, and in it, one of the Russian Orthodox priests, or whatever you want to say, came out with a statement that the potato was evil, and as proof he cited it was not mentioned in the Bible, you know, because it came from the Americas. It's like, yeah, that's some really good reasoning, because if it's not in the Bible, it's of Satan. Can you imagine everything on earth that's evil?
Oh, God.
Slavery would still be legal.
Oh, God. Yeah, it is. In the Bible, that's totally legit.
But you have to give them a week off every year. Or however long the term was. It's interesting, and, you know, it was taken back and rescinded if you read the scriptures, but, you know.
Here, it was in Samuel. It was David and Jonathan.
Okay. That's right.
Here, now when he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of it. There's tons of stuff in there about these two, but nobody talks about it.
Yeah, that was the David I was talking about. So, wow, we've been filming for 10 minutes already. Hold on a second. Alright, we're now unpaused, and we've been going for about 10 minutes, and we've been talking about the Bible and everything, and we kind of started with the 2 points, more or less.
Yeah.
And I like how you did with the Republican thing. That was really cool. I just hate any sense of conservatism. Even liberalism just bothers me. I hate labels.
Well, why is it so difficult to just be a decent person? Like,
because then you have to trust people that their goals are ultimately for the betterment of everybody in general, and not just a selfish butt fuck to humanity.
Well, when I'm fucked things, I don't trust anybody.
Okay, well, we need to wrap things up, and so we're going to do the most important thing.
A drum roll?
Ian, what was your most important thing today that you needed to tell?
The most important thing I needed to tell today?
Just tell everybody.
What?
Well, we were talking a little bit ago about, in the video, that the passable.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too, yeah. The word passing.
Well, geez, that's an interesting topic in itself.
I don't like the word passing. Because why do you have to pass yourself? Be passable for other people.
Like,
Why isn't it good enough to be who you are? Why do you have to pass
and like when
for other
you're
people?
at work and you have to deal with the public,
But why can't they be decent human beings?
like with me, I hate it. That sometimes I feel like a novelty.
Why is it okay? Why is it more better for meth heads, for one? Why is it more acceptable that for a meth head to be a meth head than a transgender person to be a transgender?
That is actually a really good point.
And we do get looked at a whole lot more.
We get looked at as pedophiles.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, yeah. That's the big running
Meth
line.
heads, there's meth heads. It's okay. Oh, they're transgender. Oh my god, they're going to hell.
What's wrong
Cover,
with
cover
them?
your kids' eyes.
Yeah, keep them away from your children.
And the
even
funny
though I
thing
have
is-
a 5-year-old.
and kids are the most accepting and just so fluid in their
absolutely.
thinking.
Absolutely.
You know, there was a boy that came in when I was working at 7-Eleven, and just about 5 years old, like your son. And he looks at me. He's like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I said, "I'm a girl." Or no, before I answered that, his parents were horrified, and was like, "Ah." I was like, "No, it's okay. So I'm a girl." And he's like, "Well, he was questioning in his eyes and whatever." And I said, "Well, you know how sometimes in life there are mix-ups?" Like, yeah. I was like, "That's just what happened to me." And he just instantly got it. It's like,
Oh, god,
okay.
yeah.
And it's the parents that freak out, and then the kids pick up on that, and it's like,
Well, I mean, it's like with Eric. I mean, when Ian came out, it was just not a big deal. It was like, this is what happened. Some people are just, born with different parts and what matches up to who they are. And, that doesn't make a trans man any less of a man because he was born with different parts than anyone else. And it doesn't change who you are. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm yabbering.
it better fucking make sense. I mean, that's not anything little, though.
Yeah, and
Because,
that's the thing, is a lot of kids, people say, oh, well, the children, think about the children. Yeah, the children don't care.
no, they rarely
really
do. They
don't.
only care if their bologna sandwich is cut the right way.
Exactly, or if they got the green cup or the orange cup.
And he's got more than I do.
Well, I mean, I remember, and actually with kids, this is an interesting thing, is Eric's 5. His gender is peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now. He's 5 years old. But he used to have very, very long hair. And he loves My Little Pony. So he'd have like a bright pink My Little Pony shirt with Celestia on it, his long, gorgeous blonde hair. And everyone kind of thought he was a girl. He didn't care. He'd hang around other kids. They didn't care. The only people who ever gave me shit were adults. They were like, how can you, force your child to do that? And it's like, I'm not forcing you to do anything.
Or Caleb
It's-
talking about his
Throw their
family.
point of view right back at them. It's like, how dare you?
Force your kid to dress a certain way.
No, it's like, how dare you tell me how to live my life? How dare you tell me how to parent my child?
Oh,
If
God.
you're going to be doing that, then fucking take financial responsibility.
No
Because you
shit.
obviously want to control how this is done. You want it? Fork over the payment. You fucking pay for it, you bitch.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, you want to hear something? I actually had that kind of conversation once. It was my aunt's husband at the time. Thank the maker, they're divorced. Oh, I hate that guy. He's such a prick. But I put up with him because I adore my aunt. And we were there for Easter once, and Eric had gotten all excited. I'd done my nails. And he got all excited. He wanted Easter colors on his nails. So we did all sorts of bright greens and blues and things, and all these pretty springy colors. And he was so proud. He was so happy. He's like, look, they look so nice. He was so happy. Grandma trimmed his nails beforehand because, God, I can't. I do not have the coordination for that. And he moves too much. And he was so happy, and we went over there, and this asshole, fucking name's Caleb, started ranting and raving about how boys shouldn't have painted nails and blah blah blah. And he actually went and tried to find nail polish remover, and Eric was in tears. He was bawling, and he wouldn't stop. So I am very passive. I am normally just. I'm normally very passive. I'm normally very quiet. I don't like confrontation. I got up in this man's face, and he's a big guy. And I said, you know what? I am his mother. And if I say that he can have his nails painted if he wants them, then god damn it, he's gonna have his nails painted however the fuck he wants. And you're gonna shut up about it. And he shut up about it. And now the funny thing is everyone else at this little party, this little shindig, because he made an ass of himself in front of everybody. Everyone was going around and going, no, I think your nails look awesome, Eric. They're so pretty. Did your mom do them? And he was so happy. You know, after that, he kind of, but he still talks about it. He still talks about it. So having that one person just being an asshole. Sorry, I'm cussing a lot in your video.
Oh, yeah.
No one gives you the right to tear down another person.
I'll probably be running out of space. Yeah.
Sorry, my long story. But I
Who
mean,
hasn't done that?
the thing is, never have I heard another kid say anything about it. Ever. His cousin Logan, about the same age, and tends to be more boyish than Eric. He's a lot more boisterous, which is scary. But he don't care. Logan don't care. He's like, okay, cool, you got painted nails. They're pretty. You want to do Superman colors next time? That's the thing. It's like, I
part
want
of
to do
the go.
Spider-Man. Okay.
Well, I mean, hell, Spider-Man can wear ties that are bright colorless.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh god, yeah, all of them. It's like, do we remember George Clooney's Batman?
I never saw it. I don't think. Maybe I did. I don't remember.
Rubber nipples.
Oh, yeah, that one. God.
That's all I ever have to say, and people are like, that one.
Useless as tits on a board, as my stepdad would say.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so I wanted to end with your passable, your observation. Is there, because like, would there even be a need for you to put a term on that?
There shouldn't.
Well, because it's very superficial.
Well, I think that there have to be a better way to say fuck off than,
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, I hate labels, but there has to be some kind of a term. So, anyway, we'll just go ahead and end things, and we'll talk later.
Night.